Well, it's your girl Benita Ledet again today. Like I'm just on this love movement today. During these times, we need to know that somebody loves us. We need to know that. You need to know that you're loved. I'm just sharing this love movement. This is my second live today. I'm excited. I have a young lady that I've been knowing for a couple of years that's about to come on. She's a special guest of mine. She's a special friend. She has a great heart. Like you could say all these things. But there's one thing that comes to mind about this young lady. It's like when you see the word super, when you see the S and you see the super, you're like, who is this woman? And that's what I wanted to know when I first met. I'm like, who is this super lady? But anyway, I want to do a little introduction, but I'm going to bring her in and then I'm going to read her bio as to who she is. But I'm very excited to bring her in. And her name is Loretta Gurnell Williams. Let me bring Loretta in because it's just time to talk to the people. There she is. There's her beautiful face. There's the super lady, Loretta Williams Gurnell. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to be here in this conversation that Benita has started in celebration of love. So thank you so much for thinking of me and just having me come and share.
Absolutely. So we have to let the listeners know who you are.
Oh
First of all, for people who do not know what's happening or what's going on, and you're trying to figure out why is Benita having all these love conversations. First of all, because it's necessary. It is necessary. And second of all, it's for women to share their platform. As women, we need to lift one another up. And there may be something that one of the listeners can utilize from, either myself or from Loretta or the guest speakers that I bring in. And so we are leading up to a Unique Heart Celebration anniversary. It's my 1-year anniversary for my company and for my product, Love in a Box. And I'm just so excited. And, I heard the voice of the Holy Spirit saying, bring women in and show them love and have these love conversations leading up to it. He said, that's your special day. That's your day. He said, I knew you before you were in your mother's womb, before I birthed you. And I already knew that this day was coming. So share it with women, have women share their platforms with you. And let's see together collectively what we can share out in the world that someone may benefit from. So with that being said, let me read out Miss Loretta Williams' bio because I'm going to take my time on this.
Oh, my goodness.
Because we are live and you guys need to know what she does. When I said super, it's super. So let me get right into it. So Loretta Williams Gurnell, STEM influencer, leadership strategist, and education nonprofit consultant, successfully leading teams, projects, and ideas for more than 20 years. She shares when clear, relevant solutions are intentional design for execution and implementation. Your projects, your ideas, and teams are sustained by GAP Management Group LLC in 2018. After learning and being asked to close the gaps in systemic deficiencies in race, education, career, workforce for women and girls of color in STEM, the training and consulting firm is the solution to provide effective strategies and partnerships for building communities in business, education, and nonprofit world, especially as it relates to providing exposure plus access with the tangible opportunities for girls and women of color in STEM. That's awesome all by itself. Now, let me just continue because I said super now, so I got to continue here. Committed to Women Lead Hers is in diverse industries for serving others well. Williams Gurnell continues to serve as founder of Super Lady Network, where is one of the places that I met her, one of the places, yes. And started in 2013, benefiting Supergirls Shine Foundation for increasing more women and girls in STEM, innovation and leadership initiatives through mentorship, sponsorships, and scholarships. The Central State University STEM and Master Level Education Leadership and Alumni and Cornell University Biology Research Scholar knows the effective collaborations and partnerships are key to sustaining our economy through education and information. Having traveled to Czech Republic, Toronto, Canada, and across the U.S. training, speaking, and bridging gaps in thought, mind, behavior, and deeds, William Gurnell is known for her strong influence to breaking barriers with passion and compassion while creating platforms for intentional conversations on disparities in gender, race, economic, education in some of the nation's most rural, urban, and upper middle class neighborhoods. Williams Gurnell further shared, the key to her success in creating awareness and building profitable teams and sustaining our economy is diversified decision makers who are willing to build from the inside out. Listen, I said super, so let me finish. I said super, yes, I said super. So let me continue this because all of this is necessary. No stranger to conflicts or setbacks. This Ohio native is eager to utilize her skills of team building to solving problems and lessons from one of her own triumphs for relating and connecting and empowering those leaders for strengthening the pipeline and the energy, tech innovation, and digital workplace systems. The truth of the matter is many women in STEM experience great hardships, which include considerable lower pay grades. Women receive 86 cents for every dollar that the male counterpart earns. Another alarming fact is that number of women that work in STEM fields is only 29%. This issue continues when you discover that only 5% of Asian women, 3.8% of Hispanic women, and 2.9% are Black women. William Gurnell drives vision and stick-to-itness continues to be the beacon of light that she shines bright as a means of opportunity for many rising and leading professionals, moving upward in many career paths. Having led teams in her higher education and nonprofit outreach, Williams Gurnell management strategy is pretty unique as she knows how to effectively bring expertise leaders, coaches to access problems and set up programs or plans for reaching client goals. Experience in managing budgets upward of $1 million allowed her leadership to demonstrate effective stewardship that led to certifications and accreditation in education, nonprofit, and community projects. Now listen. When I told y'all super, that's exactly what I meant. Okay. So, let's just first start off with our platform of how we met, because the how we met is so funny. I don't know if we could tell the the actual when we out. That
is hilarious. That is great. Hilarious. I don't know if Ivan Senior would like that.
I can tell that one, but we can tell how we met. Okay. So I met Loretta at one of my good friends, which is now my sister, Charlotte Stallings. It was her 50th birthday party. And yeah, so I was invited by Ron Stallings. We used to work together. And he just invited me. He was like, hey, I'm throwing a party for my wife. And I would like for you and your husband to come. And so I was like, okay, and then, like when you're coworkers, you're kind of scared to, go to someone's house when it's new and you don't know them or whatever. But I was like, Ron seemed pretty cool. I said, I bet his wife is cool, And so we went there, and that's where I met Loretta and another good sister of mine, Thesha. We all met on the same night, and we met at Charlotte's house. And from there, we've just all had a beautiful relationship. I mean, we don't talk all the time, but we know that when we do get together, our moments are special.
Yeah.
So during that time, after I saw Loretta in action and she was doing this super lady live thing and all this, and she had the bling jacket and all of this, and I have one. I meant to put it on this broadcast. I really did, and I forgot. I got sidetracked from my other live video, but I wanted to get up and turn that jacket around and show y'all that she was serious about this super lady.
Yes.
And so, I went to a couple of her events, and I was so inspired and motivated by her. Like one day I called her up and I said, hey, I was like, would you like to go to have lunch or dinner or something. I said, you really inspired me. And I knew at that time, like this was years ago. Like I don't even, this probably maybe 10 years ago, maybe.
Has it been that long? Wait, no. Has it been?
It might be because Charlotte just had her 60th, right? Yeah. Ooh. It might be. It might be. I think. Wow. I know. And so I asked her. I said, "Listen," I said, "You want to go have lunch or dinner or something?" I was like, "I've been watching you, and I just really admire you, and I know I'm stepping into a space where I want to be around positive, motivating women." And I was like, we can go see a movie or something. I said, "What do you like? Do you like plays?" And she was like, yeah. She was like, "Okay." But when I tell you, we had the hardest time connecting because his sister was looking at me with a side eye like, who is this girl? And I don't know her. And I got to check with my husband. I got to check with the family schedule. I got to do this, do that. And then I was texting her. She was not returning my text. I was like, wait a minute now. I was like, all I did was ask you, do you want to go break some bread? And just, that's it. I don't want nothing from you, And so, but because, like my other sister just said, from the live we did before, some people are just not used to people being nice and genuine. They think like, it's an agenda. Some people even have this stigma of, I don't want no new friends, or, they just have their own space and their own clique that they like to be with. But I knew it was something special about Loretta. I knew that. And I said, well, I'm going to show her who I am. And once she sees that I'm genuine, I don't want anything, I just want to be around some positive people, then she embraced me. And from there, ever since, we had a very good relationship. And like, even now that I've watched her grow and shine, she's watching me grow and shine. Now I know we're going to be able to do bigger and better things because she has a lot to put on the table that I want you guys to know about. But I'm gonna let her tell you. I just want to share the story of how we met and our love. So Loretta, before you tell the people about your platform and whatever, I like for you to share your story, any kind of maybe love effective or experience you've had with me. If you've gotten a chance to get into your love in the box, if you've gotten a chance to journal in your journal, just share that experience first.
Okay.
And any kind of experience you could think of, that something that may have benefited you that maybe we may have discussed, or anything, just anything that, so that people will know that when I say I'm sharing love with people and that I give people advice and I encourage them, and that's why I made the love in the box, give them something, or share an experience around that. And then after that, I want to hear about your platform.
Well, after I have been put on blast.
But I love it. This is a real love conversation.
This live video where people will replay and replay and replay and hear how I have been put on blast by none other than Bonita Ledet. I'm just going to just say, wow.
It's good love. Yeah, I'm telling the real story.
I'm just so messy. You know what? It's so funny because it's interesting. It's always interesting to me how people paint the picture of you. And it's I didn't know that you were going to read my bio. It's just in my press kit. So I just clicked on the button and sent it to you. So I mean, I didn't know that you were actually going to read it, or I would have given you a short version. Short version.
No.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for being gracious and kind to share this platform, because you don't have to. People don't have to do that. And so I don't take it lightly. No matter all the things that I've accomplished, I still don't take it lightly in today. And I don't take it for granted. So, and that's what I want to talk about as far as love, is because, one, you've shared your platform and you created this out of a space of who you are. And I think that that's what the most important thing is, that, when we show up in our authentic self, then what we do will become, what we do is just natural. It's not something that you have to work at, Bonita. I mean, when you were calling me, I was doing all the work, because I was like, this is very interesting. This lady is out of the blue.
Yeah.
So see, this has happened to me twice now. So you were the second person, but the first person actually reached out to my husband and connected with me when I was still traveling and singing and doing all that stuff across the country. She reached out to him first through a social media platform. And we both were like, because she asked me to have lunch with her at the Grand Lux. But get this, Benita. She doesn't live in Houston. She lives in Virginia.
Wow.
And she has a home in Houston.
Wow.
And she was coming to town and she wanted to meet me. And my husband was like, honey, she's interested in booking you for her women's conference.
Yeah.
But she wants to meet you. And I was like,
but your antennas went up.
I was like, no. You know, as an artist, I've never had to go and interview, I guess, if you will.
She was serious. That means she was serious about her.
Like, whoa. So I was like, honey, do you know her? Like, do you know anything about her? He said, she's just a co-pastor of a church and she loves your music. She and I have just been talking and she's just fallen in love with you and she'll be here. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. But this is different. And, you know, because I'm the one that's always giving. I'm the one that's always pouring. I'm always doing. So when that was very unique for me. I'm just going to say that was very unique. Yeah. And I have to say her name since I've already shared the story. Her name is Dr. Natalie Francisco. Okay. And she's Nat to me. Okay. But we are sisters now. And it's so interesting. I know Benita. But again, this is who she is. Right. This is who you are. Yeah. And the reason why I share the correlation of those stories is because when I think about this book here, I'm going to put it in the camera, the Self-Love Journal. When I think about the journal, all you did was take who you are, put it in a book, and give the reader an opportunity to affirm herself for who she was already created to be and to become. Oh. And so for that, I commend you because you birthed. You just took an extension of who you are naturally and said, you know what, let me put it in books so someone else, some other ladies can love the way that I have been trying to love as a lady. Yes. And I commend you for that. And so what I particularly like about the book is that it is a book that you can read, but it's a book that causes action, and action causes change when you decide to do something different. So therefore, when anyone gets this book, they're going to look at it as an opportunity to say, you know what? I am worth it. I am worth it. And I am worth being loved. I am worth being loved. About 2.5 weeks ago, you know, Sarah and I, my dude, we celebrated 20 years. And the gift that our oldest son gave us was he did a video conversation of his dad and I. There were some people who sent us some questions to answer. And so we did it. And he edited and he made this video. We're going to post it soon. But one of the things I remember is the question was, when did you know that it was right or he was the one or something like that? And marriage and having children wasn't part of my destiny in my mind. That wasn't something I was going to do. But when I realized that I knew I was worth being loved. Yes.
That's a whole nother other. Yes.
That changed who I woke up to be.
Your aha moment.
That changed who I am. Yes. That changed how I do, how I give, how I love, how I jive, how I move, when I realized that I was worth being loved.
Yes, ma'am.
It changed how I showed up in spaces, because when I realized I was worth being loved, then that means that I needed to make sure that I shared that with other people so that they would know they were worth being loved.
Right.
So that's what I would say about your love journey, and just you being you in the way that you love is a testament of this book and the box. Every trinket that's in there was done on purpose. You thought through it. You had a purpose behind it. The receiver, you wanted them to receive something. But I'm gonna tell you, the biggest thing for me, I'm not big on trinkets. This is the one though. This is the one, because for me, I'm a writer and I'm a reader and I'm a doer, and all of these things are my love language. Like I'm able to look at it and just talk about. I'll turn to one of them. It says, "I am powerful." When I think about when you speak those things as though they are, and your words speak life, right? There's power in a life and death in the power of the tongue. So if I speak, Loretta, you are love. If I speak, Loretta, you are grace. I speak, Loretta, you are favored. Loretta, I speak that you are powerful. Loretta, you are a leader. Loretta, Loretta, I am. Like Loretta, I am powerful. I am a leader. I am. It's present tense.
Right.
And so this book gave you an opportunity to do that for women. I'm going to tell you something funny. Okay. So as I was preparing for this interview, I have dudes at the house. And I had a book out last week. And after we committed on this time and all this stuff, I showed it. And my oldest came and said, what's going on with this?
Yeah.
Mom, what's boys need self-love too.
Yep. I'm working on it.
I'm just telling you. That's just from the Gurnell household. They're not playing. They're not playing. I'm just saying. So that's your book. I'm just saying. You have some dudes that say, look here, we love too. We need self-love too.
I am working on it because I know that the men need it. And one thing I do know about from when it comes from a woman's perspective, we are nurturers by nature.
Oh, yes. That's
so we are the glue that holds the family together. Mm-hmm. No matter what it is. Like you can be a single parent, you can be a married couple, you can be just by yourself with no children, whatever, but you still are a mother or a sister or someone that connects the family. Right. So with that being said, when we love on our brothers, our husbands, all of that, it's that motherly kind of love that we love them. So when this journal comes out for the men, it's going to be a motherly type of love. Oh, nice. Because some men are missing that because they missed it from not having a father figure in the house, or may not even have a good relationship with their mother, or their mother could have passed on, or whatever the case may be. It's going to come from a place of there because I believe that they will receive it a whole lot better than saying you need to do this, that. No, ain't nobody trying to tell nobody what to do. You grown, whatever. But I'm gonna show you how to be loved and receive love. Period.
That's it. Because I am love. Because I am love, then I should be able to show love.
That's it. And here's the one that I really love, like on page 25. Okay. This is one of my favorite ones, and I want men and women to get this on page 25. Yeah. It says, I am beautiful, inside and out. Love is my birthright. Yes. It's your birthright to be loved. It's your birthright.
It is.
Yeah. So when we all understand that about love, there is no limit to what we can achieve during this journey in this life that we have.
That's it. Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So now, I want you to tell me about what all you got going on your platform. On what I'm going to speak on, but I'm going to let you.
Oh my goodness,
people.
So the biggest thing that so one of the things that a lot of people really understand and love, I guess, or know about me is the super part, right? The super lady, and I love that. And I think right now in this time of the world pandemic, as we know today is July 30th,
Yeah, the 30th.
2020. And we've been dealing with this for the last, 4 to 5 months. And me just really looking at life and understanding that we have a lot of gaps in life. And this time that we have been put on pause has allowed myself to reflect on Loretta, myself to reflect on the roles that I have, whether it's as a lady, if it's a wife, as a mother, and notice that I said those things in order because I can't be good for my husband if I'm not good for me.
That's right.
And I can't be good for our children if I'm not good with him.
That's right.
So that is so important to me that we have order. So that reflection is just giving us more time to spend time together as a family. Now, mind you, those dudes are my coworkers, and it's time for some girl time to get, I need some.
That's right.
Or we have to be safe, and I get that, but I think that's real important. And then also, I have really enjoyed this last year, maybe 2.5 years of just Super Lady Network. Yeah. And let me tell you why. It's because when we initially initiated this in 2013, it was really for us to look at leaders in the community, and it still is, on how they serve and serve others well. And we did it, our mutual connection was with Kimberly. Remember Kimberly Easton? So Williams. And so that was really interesting how that.
Okay, now I'm thinking of the other Kim because I remember. Yeah, I'm thinking of Kim Small because that's how I met her.
Okay, got it.
But and then, and I think I referred Kim Williams to you. I think
yes, you did. You did. You did. So what was interesting is that when and those, that line of ladies from 2013, 14, 15, 16, I believe it was in 2017 is when we made the shift.
Yeah.
And that shift came because of a super lady who said to me, she says, Loretta, I have caught onto your mission. I've caught onto your vision, but I want more. I mean, there are people in your life that come in your life at certain times and seasons. Yeah. And I appreciate every lady that we've honored, every single one, whether we are still in contact or not, because they made the project move forward. And we learned from each one of those ladies, whether it was good, bad, and different, how to grow, how to move, how to lead, serve, all those things.
Right.
But the thing that was different about 2017 is when I got still and really wanted to understand, like, Lord, what is it that you would have for me to do with this particular platform? Because I am a STEM chick. I'm a STEM girl. I'm a STEM professional. And I know what it means to show up as a Black girl in STEM. And I know what that means. The blessing is that I am a product of an HBCU, Central State University. Yeah. So I had an opportunity to go and to become this Loretta as a Black STEM professional on the campus of an HBCU. So it made a lot of difference, a whole lot of difference in my right now. But the beautiful thing is that particular season of my life propelled me to be received at Gurnell University as a Black female professional in biological sciences, to travel to the Czech Republic as a Black female athlete. So I am just grateful for the opportunities that I've had. And so when I reached back and looked, said, Loretta, what is it that you do? And who is it that you are that can come together to a place where you can reach back and get some girls and reach back and make sure that you can leave a legacy? And so when we got really clear, and this comes from educating, my background is in education as well. Right. And so being in the classroom, showing up with those girls, and they look like me, and they're like, the experiences they had never heard of, seen of, didn't know certain women figures were in science and math and engineering technology. And they were still trying to understand and love and who they are, right? Coming into who they are, especially in middle school.
Right.
So when I got real still, it came clear to me that the focus needs to be on girls. And so at that time is, how can we be super ladies unless we raise up super girls?
Girls, got it. I love it.
So when that became alive for me,
that's it. I did it.
Never looked back. I mean, we are just like,
and we need that because the younger generation does need that. Like we have a lot of women organizations and this and that and the fourth, but there is not a lot for girls and teens around that age. So I commend you. They are, and you really are filling in the gap between their parents and them. So
So I'm grateful for that. So I have to thank the Super Lady Network, because see, that's why the word network. It is a group of thinkers, doers, and leaders who are committed to come together for impact and change.
That's it. Period.
So we honor ladies every year. We place them in a beautiful calendar to call the Super Lady Houston calendar. We have our pink soiree, and it is just the bomb and the bomb. Can't do it this year, but that's okay. We still honor ladies. We still have ladies because we still have programs to support. So the beautiful thing now is the network is the choice to be able to push the programs through sponsorships, through mentorships, and also experiences for girls 10 to 17 in STEM innovation and leadership initiatives. So when we talk about love, when we talk about expectation, when we talk about experiences, when we talk about self-worth, self-confidence, conflict resolution, when we talk about standing in her place as a lead her in STEM, showing up in all of who she is, whether she's tall, whether she's short, whether she's round, whether she's dark chocolate, whether she's caramel, whether she's cream, whatever she is, whether her hair is as coarse as mine is, or is straight or whatever. when she shows up and who she is,
Mm-hmm.
that means that our communities are strong.
That's right.
Our families are strong. We're not building girls to take over.
Right.
We're building girls to step up and to lead wherever they are. So if that means that I'm a middle schooler and there's some things in my school or my community that's not strong, I can step up. If I'm in high school and I want to change the economics of my family, I can go into STEM. If I'm a rising professional and I see that there are men who don't look like me in color in positions, but I want that position. I have the confidence now and the skills and the education to be able to rise in these positions. So Supergirl Shine Foundation is the focus. It is my love. It's my love piece. It's where I put my heart, my passion, my work, my energy into it, because I know that when we close these gaps of women and girls of color, in STEM innovation and leadership initiatives, we have now closed and shaken and agitated this digital divide in race, economics, education, in gender, in position. All of them, right? But we've got to start and make things intentional. And so that's what the network is about. And so I'm really thankful that the ladies who are around us, man, they are, all I can say is, if I were 12 or 14 or 17, and I had a mentor like our network,
oh my God. Please, baby. Oh my God. Listen, let me tell you something. You know, I've shared my story a lot of times, and I sacrificed for my siblings, and I didn't get the education that I wanted. And if there was a Loretta around during the time when I was growing up, listen, I would have, I don't know how I would have juggled the two, but I would have made sure I was in that program, because I would be so further ahead of where I am. I would be so I commend you. I mean, you know, if I had a daughter, she'd be right there with you. But it's okay though, because you got something for the boys, for the sons, and you know, let's put that out there. And so for anyone that is interested in donating Supergirl Shine, let me go ahead and put her information here on the screen. And
thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Supergirl Shine Foundation is a 501c3 tax-exempt organization. We are servicing girls in underserved, underrepresented communities. We are right now working with schools to be able to support them in this new turnaround of how schools are opening. So this is one of the things, if you are in technology or if you are in those STEM pillars, this is a time for you to partner with us, because we have parents and girls and teachers who are concerned about their engagement this year. Like how well and how do it, and how safe are they going to be? That my biggest thing is, how are they going to be safe at home? I want my girls safe. I was about to say my babies. They might as well be. I want my girls safe. I want my dudes safe, right? But I want the youth safe. And so the monies allow us to be able to partner with the school so that the girls are not out doing other things, right? Absolutely. And being unsupervised and not being engaged and losing hope and not focusing on their dreams, because all they see is virtual. So there are ways for us to stay connected with them, and we're able to do that with partners who give.
Yeah, that's right. So you know, if you know, God, when you're watching this broadcast and God lays it on your heart to donate to this wonderful organization, please do. I know Loretta personally, and we just realized today it was over 10 years, or right at 10 years. We just realized that. So, I personally know her. She is very passionate about what she does. When she puts her all into it, she puts her all into it. And she's very strategic, you know, and she just uses all of her leadership skills and everything, the love for, like she said, the love for the girls, the love for family, love for teachers, because she has a educational background. So all of those things make her who she is, and that gives her the thrive and passion to do what she does. Is there anything else you want to share? I'm letting you.
I know you are. I'm just okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share. But I thank you for that.
If you're not ready, if you're not ready to, it's okay.
Oh, no, we're ready. I'm just, I have learned to accept the open door, and I'm gonna walk in the door. I'm gonna walk in because I open the door for so many people. I'm gonna walk in this door that has been set for me, and I thank you for it. So I do want to say, if people do want to give and they use PayPal, they can use PayPal.me with the /Supergirls Shine. PayPal.me /Supergirl Shine, and they can give and put it in the memo what they want to give to programming, however, and we'll make sure that they get an acknowledgement for their donation.
Right. And if there's any educators out there watching this, like I'm going to tag a couple of people when we get off, because right now I just want to stay focused on on the live, but I'm going to tag some people in education and so that they can connect with you. And there's I know a couple of principals and all those people. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on. That's why I say when I tell people I want to share my love, they're like, what is she talking about? I'm like, if you just pay attention to what I'm doing, like I'm connecting people. I'm the love connector. I'm sharing love to connect people, because you just never know who can bless you. You just don't know it. And when you said that you're going to go ahead and walk to that door, I'm so glad. What is that? That is a form of receiving love.
That is.
Because I was on a conversation, I think it was with another young lady. We see, did we do it live or off live? I think it was off live. But anyway, she was just saying how she had been praying for open doors and open opportunities. But she said, like, when somebody got ready to bless her, she would be like, oh, no, that's okay. I'm going to work for it or whatever. I said, what? Now, I don't, I'm like, wait a minute. Because
it rubbed you the wrong way.
Because when God ready to bless me, I'm ready to receive. And so you cannot ask God for blessings and opportunities with a closed fist.
You're right. We have two hands, one to give, right? And then one to receive.
Right. So I'm like, you got to open up your heart. You got to open up. If somebody want to bless you, that's more beneficial for you, your family, your business, everything. It can give you the cushion of what you need, and so that's why I'm loving this moment right here, because I truly believe out of this that the girls will get blessed, you will get blessed. I know God works in mysterious ways. He's not having me hold these lives for nothing. It's a purpose and a meaning behind it.
Well, I thank you, because you have been alluding to this opportunity, and those who know me know I have an endearment for dudes, and that's what I call my husband and our sons, my dudes. They are my husband is my dude with a capital D, and our sons are lowercase d. And I love my dudes, my coworkers. They have been with me for a long time now. It's time for us to get out of here. But anyway, but what is so cool about this is that, as an athlete, so I've been playing basketball since 5th grade. So I earned a scholarship to go to college, and of course, I shared with you that I'm a STEM professional. So I have a STEM degree, and I've done research and been in medicine and all that good stuff. But the beautiful thing is that I know what it means to be whole, and I also know what it means to be broken.
Yes,
I know what it means to have, and I know what it means to be poor, not poor, but poor.
That's it. I know.
So
sandwiches.
So we don't have enough time to share that part of my life. But what I do know is that when you have been born with purpose, just purpose, and when you understand what your purpose is, when you finally come into that, your past just pushes you towards that greatness and greater and greater and greater. And so as a parent, Sarah and I have just been doing something that's been natural, because we have dudes, and we knew that we did not have all of this income to put both of them in school where they wanted to attend when they started learning what colleges and universities had to offer. I remember our oldest son went and did a study. He was 11 years old, and he did research on the school he wanted to attend for mechanical engineering. And it was over $70,000, $80,000 when he was 11. Now he doesn't graduate. He doesn't graduate for another 3 years. So imagine what that school is going to be. And that was on the lower end of the schools. It was a technical school in engineering, a Division I basketball, because he wanted to play basketball. He did his homework. And that got me to think, man, if we don't diversify their portfolio, if we don't have them in options and they're just academically and athletically sound, what are the chances of them being in that 2%? 2% of athletes who earn a scholarship.
Right.
Times are different from when I played and when I earned my scholarship. Totally different level of competition, totally different level of income, income requirements and streams for, the cost of college and universities. And so we sat down because we were pushed by Bonita.
Yeah.
And she came to me and she said, Loretta, look, I've been watching. I'm like, oh goodness, she's gonna have a project for me. So then I'm like, Lord, I can't put nothing else on this plate. Like nothing else on this plate.
Right. We talked about that too.
But what the interesting thing is, we were already doing it. All I needed to do was sit down and put some order and structure to it. So as Bonita alluded to earlier, I never move until I know that it is strategic and it has structure. I can't just launch anything, say I'm going to do anything without having purpose and intentional. So I sat down and I got still finally, right? So I could hear and say, Lord, okay, what would you have me to do with this particular project? So we birthed the High Performance Sports Camp, and that is what she is talking about. And let me tell you about the High Performance Sports Camp. This is what's beautiful for me, Bonita. Last night I listened to the area superintendents from HISD and Spring and what was it, Aldine, and it was just all these different superintendents, and it was hosted by Gina Gasson of ABC 13.
Okay.
So one of the conversations, pieces that she had mentioned, she has 3 teenage athletes at the house. Too bad she didn't know about our camp about 2 weeks ago, right? But what it got me to think about is her concern was parents like her, you and I, put money into our children for AAU, all of these trainings, and now the seasons have been canceled.
Right.
The summer clinics and camps were canceled.
Canceled, right.
Spring competition was canceled. Fall competition may be canceled.
Right.
And they're seniors. So what are they to do? And so what was interesting for me is that what if I would have waited and not birthed High Performance Sports Camp? We had 6 expert coaches who gave everything from fitness, motion, and strength, from food preparation and energy, college preparedness, academic compliance, emotional IQ, leadership and mentorship and scholarship. And when I tell you what we learned from our intimate beta group and from the parents as well as from the athletes tells us that OMG.
Oh yeah, it's good.
OMG.
Yeah.
Now I don't have a concern about the athletes who went through the camp knowing what's to come and how they prepare for college, because they're going to stay with us. We're going to make sure that we walk them through to do this. But for those of you who are listening and you have athletes, just message Bonita, and I will connect you with us, because let me tell you, not only the High Performance Sports Camp, why it was birthed, because we know that a high performance athlete is one where what they do on the field or in matches and competitions is who they are in person.
Right.
That's what makes them a high performance athlete, is that it's a total package. So if my season was canceled, I still have the grades, I still have the leadership, I still have the community service, I still have all these things to offer a school. So I'm really excited about it. We've already put together the structure for 2021.
Yeah.
We know exactly how we're doing it. We're praying that we can do it live.
Yeah. And
we've built in some boot camps for the fall and boot camps for the spring to make sure that these athletes stay encouraged and engaged. Yeah. And we have some schools that are looking at us too. So, let's go.
That's right. I absolutely love that part, especially with Ivan being an athlete. Now, mothers, let me just tell you this. Ivan is struggling with virtual. He is struggling. I'm just going to go put it out there. Yeah. I even told Loretta when I first signed him up for it, I was like, oh, Loretta, I'm going to do it. But I don't know. He's struggling with virtual because he's been so used to being on the field and, that type of training. And, he's a more in-person type of kid, like his focus, he got a short span of focus,
right.
And so But so he ended up he didn't get a chance to finish the whole thing, but because he had got offered for tryouts for a semi-pro team. So he started focusing on that because he had to get some training in or whatever. But what I love is that I was able to come in on the first day when he was in there, and I heard some of the information, and like it just blew me away. Like they were talking about, well, what words do you describe yourself on the field and those type things. And so like, Loretta asked Ivan, have you ever been a captain on the field? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I've been captain on every team I played. And she was like, what? She's like, that's a game changer. But what I'm saying is it was the words that we didn't even know that could benefit us on the college scholarship and on the applications, things like that. And so I'm telling you, I pray that the world opens, because I would love for her and her husband to have the intimacy with the children, with that are interested, because they have a love and passion for kids. He's a coach. She was right. Like this is what they do. So if this is something that you've been doing all your life and then you finally turn into a business, kind of like me with the Love in the Box. Yeah. I've been loving on people all my life. I've been encouraging women. I've been doing all of this for over 30 years in corporate America. I was always the one, someone would come to me and say, Benita, I need to have a talk. I need your advice. I've been doing this all my life. And so now I'm finally turning it into a business. That's my passion. And so this is the same thing that they have done. So I can't wait. And then what I really love about Loretta, and I'm going to thank you publicly. So y'all know how our kids are, right? Like I'm trying to mold Ivan into being responsible with replying back to emails and everything, because he's going to need that for college. Yeah. And so this virtual thing and all of that, like he'll say, okay, Mom, I'm gonna do it, and then get distracted, by playing on the game, whatever. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you what I did. Because he didn't finish the homework that he was supposed to finish, I took them keys away from him for a whole week. Mm-hmm. When I tell you that dude was so sick, because he was just looking at the pretty car, just sitting out in the driveway. But I'm like, look, Mama mean business. I've been looking for help, for someone to help us. And I found the help. Then she's a good friend. Then she's passionate. I can trust you with her and her husband. That's right. Listen, I got you help right now. You've been praying. I've been praying. God didn't answer some prayers. You better get with the program before I sell that car, because I will. I can get a good sale for it right now, So when I tell you he done got his act together, he done got his act together. So we'll be doing some things with him later. But I want to just share that publicly. I like to be honest and transparent about my experiences, because if there's another parent out there, your child, he or she is struggling with the virtual thing or whatever, like don't give up on them. And what I love about Loretta is that she see potential in Ivan, and she was like, okay, Benita, don't worry about it. I know he's excited about his workout, his tryout. So let him go and finish that. And she was like, if she said, if you'll trust me with him, can we set some time for him later? I was like, oh my God, like the average person would be like, well, he didn't finish my program. Well, forget him, or, he ain't serious. He ain't take, they would have, got an attitude that took it personal. But because I saw the passion that she had in what she's doing and the love that she has for kids, like that touched my heart. I was like, oh yes, she's still willing to help him, even if he didn't finish the camp. So that spoke volume to me. So I thank you publicly.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Look at you. Ivan is nothing but another one. When you have two dudes like mine, and that husband, just come on in here and let me do what we need to do. We're going to meet, we're going to assess, and then he is going to determine what he wants out of life.
Right.
When that's one of the things that I love about just being in the position that I'm with the girls, as far as with Supergirl Shine Foundation and Super Lady Network. The ladies who are chosen, the ladies who are nominated, the ladies who are these leaders in these positions, they do this naturally. So when they show up and they get honored, it's wonderful that we honor them. I know that's a good thing. People people love to be thanked, because I think we should thank you and give you your flowers while you let live and can smell them and enjoy them.
Absolutely.
But what I love about the ladies is that it's about Loretta. I pray they love me, right? That's cool.
Right.
But what is really good is that I believe that they love what's in me and what comes out of me through our board, through our volunteers, through the parents of the Supergirls. When they see the results of what happens when a girl becomes mentored by a leader, when she sees, this is my thing. When she sees what she can become, she'll believe what she will become. And then she will become what she believes.
And she will become.
But she's got to see it. She's got to see it first.
That's true.
So each one of them who are nominated and celebrated, it is not about the pink carpet. Although, you know, I love to have fun on that pink carpet.
Yes.
I love to have fun at the soiree. It's wonderful. But it's what happens afterwards.
Yes, behind the scenes. Yes, behind the scenes.
It makes a difference. So for every one of the ladies from 2013 all the way up to 2020, I thank you. Because without them coming and without that 2017 year to do our pivot, I'm telling you, Marilyn Sims is my thorn for life. When I say that in a good way. She poked me and poked me and poked me and poked me until I got it right.
Everybody needs a Marilyn. I love that. Everybody
needs a Marilyn.
That's right. Well, listen, sis. You know, we're gonna give the listeners back their time. But you know, is there anything else? Are you good?
I'm good. I just want to say just congratulations in birthing, congratulations in continuing, and congratulations for what is to come.
Right. And I have a couple of surprises up my sleeve on Self-Love Day. Yes, ma'am. I do. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but again, it's scrolling across the screen. If you want to get in touch with Loretta, you can either inbox her. You can. Her information is. Let me see. I wanted to scroll.
Supergirlshine.com.
Supergirlshine.com. If you're interested in Love in the Box or the Self-Love Journal, that is auniqueheart.com. I just invite you to watch the video again if you need to. Take down notes, take down information, share it with people who can use it. This year, our students need us more than any.
Yes,
more than any. Yes. Because the class of 2020, even though they didn't get a chance to do the prom and graduate, all those things, they at least made it through majority of the year. 2021, we're going into it unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. The only thing we can do is just pray for our kids. So if you know any educators or anybody that you can tag and share this post with, please do. And I'm going to do it too. And together, let's just help the next generation become the best that they can be.
Yeah.
And let's pray and let's keep our seniors, all of the kids, but you know that senior year is that special year. And Ivan is graduating for 21. So let's keep the seniors protected and prayed over and hope that they get to have a great experience for their senior year. And then just keep the kids in the students and the educators as a whole, just over their whole education system. Let's keep them in prayer. We gotta keep them covered. So that is it. That is all I have to say. We're going to give the listeners your time back and just thank you for sharing this space with me. You are a busy young lady, so I know it took time to carve out your schedule. So thank you. I really, really appreciate you. I do so much.
And I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you for receiving and having lunch with me that day. See what it led to?
Oh, my goodness. I am thankful. I really am. I'm thankful. I am.
All right, sweetheart. I will talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.